What if I told you that the idea that could completely change your life financially is already in your head, but you're completely ignoring it? The crazy part is you're not alone. Most people have multi-million-dollar ideas in their head, but they never act on them. But we're not doing that today. You see, most people, they think that to be successful, you need some groundbreaking, never before seen or heard of invention or some service to make loads of money. They believe that success is about having connections, investors, or getting that big break. But the truth is, that's not what makes ideas valuable. You do need a good idea, but the biggest factor in turning that idea into money isn't the idea itself. It's you. Your mindset, the execution, and the ability to take action determines whether the idea is going to stay in your head or if you're going to turn it into a real business. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple points to help you to recognize and monetize your best ideas so that you can stop sitting on your potential and you can start building something real for yourself. Stick around for point number 3 because I'm going to tell you a very funny but a true story, and it's going to point out the reason why you need to test that marketplace, test that product or that service in the marketplace before you go ahead and launch it. Hi, I'm Anthony Charles and welcome to Choices TV. Look, success isn't just about what you know, it's about what you become. On this channel, we're going to help you to strengthen your mindset. We're going to help you to master your business strategies, and we're going to build the discipline to create real results. So if you're ready to stop waiting and start building, then you're in the right place. So let's go. Let's get straight into point number 1. Your ideas, those great business ideas, they're closer than you think. Most people, they overcomplicate coming up with these business ideas, but here's the truth. Your best ideas are hiding in plain sight. Let me prove it to you. Think about things that people come to you on a regular basis for you to help them with. What do people always ask you to help them with? It might be simple things to you, but they can't deal with it. Is it something to do with electronics? Is it help with their laptop, with their tablet, with their phones? Now to you, it's just a simple tech issue, but there may be something more in there. What about career advice? Do people come to you for everyday advice? What about making amazing products from your house? It could be food, it could be art. What do people constantly come and ask you for help with? Because these everyday skills are the foundation for a real business idea. Look, some of the most successful businesses in the world, they started off with something really, really simple. Look at Amazon. They just started off with books. So for you, it could be coaching, it could be consulting, it could be teaching online, it could be selling handmade products. Whatever it is, your idea is already in you. You just have to recognize it. And if I sat down with you and I spoke with you for long enough, I bet you I'd see it. So look, do this exercise. Go and find people who you know, who you like, who you trust, and say to them, what is it that you think I'm good at? Just answer that simple question. Somebody you know, like, and trust. Say, what do you know about me that I'm really good at? And when they tell you, then that's going to lead into my next point, and I'm going to tell you what to do with the answers that they give to you. So point number 2 is to monetize the answers that they gave to you with a simple offer. What I mean by that, I want you to stop waiting for perfection. Here's what stops most people. They have knowledge, they have skills, they have ideas, but they're too scared. They feel like their idea isn't good enough yet, and they want to wait for the perfect time. They want to wait for the perfect vision or for the perfect plan. And perfectionism is the fastest way to kill any idea that you have before you even get started. So instead of waiting, come on, just take action. Build a simple version of your idea or a simplified version of that service that you have. If you want to start a business around consulting, for instance, offer a free session to someone and get some feedback from them. That's what I did in the early days of my coaching. I did loads of coaching sessions for people, and I didn't have to ask them for their feedback about what they thought about the coaching. I just looked at the result that I was getting, and then I realized, yeah, the training I got was excellent. Now, depending on their feedback, you make a simple offer. You start with a low cost version of your idea. And let me just tell you something. If they purchase that idea, I don't want you to stay low. The idea is you need to get it up to the correct price. When I started off, I gave my coaching away for far too cheap for far too long. But look, if you want to sell an online course, for instance, you start with a 1-day paid workshop. If you want to sell handmade products, you don't have to go online and have some online store. You can go into your local community or on local social media platforms and see what the interest is there. And if there is interest there, then you get to work on your business plan, because that's going to help you with my point number 3. And I want you to remember this: small actions beat big hesitations every day. Before I launched my pain-free business planning course, I was helping people on a day-to-day basis. They would come into my drop-in sessions and they would ask for help and they need a business plan. So I'd give them the template and then off they'd go. Then they'd come back and they would be stuck on a certain part. So what I did, I'd whip out the phone, I'd explain to them what they need to do. If they weren't bothering to take notes, then I would get my WhatsApp open and I'd speak into the WhatsApp and I'd leave them a voice message and say, look, now you got this, off you go, follow my instructions on here. And I did this one day for a lady who came in. She wanted to help with her marketing section. I talked for about 30 minutes. I gave her detailed instructions on what she needed to do, and I've sent it to her. A week later, another client comes in and they pretty much asked me the same question, and I started recording for them. I thought, hold on, I've got this recording that I've sent to this other client of mine and I can send it to them. So I said, look, send them a message. I said, don't worry about the name, the person who I've greeted on the message, use the information. And that's when the penny dropped. That's when I realized, instead of recording WhatsApp again and again and again, I should build an online platform. I should put my course there and I should drive traffic and send people to the course. Not doing too bad. Now, every successful entrepreneur, they start before they are ready. I don't want you to wait until you're ready. I want you to just get started. Perfection is the enemy of progress. And if you wait too long, then somebody else is going to launch the idea before you do. Now, if they do, that doesn't mean that you can't go out into the marketplace, because competition just tells you that, look, there is demand for what you need. But do yourself a favor, launch first and stay ahead of the crowd. Now, if you like this kind of video where I share with you my life experiences and how they determine the decisions I make on a day-to-day basis, and more importantly, if you think that it's useful for you, then do me a favor, please like, please share, please subscribe. Okay, point number 3 is to validate your idea the right way. So look, when people are developing their ideas and they get to the marketing section of their business plan, too many people think that they just go online, they grab a bunch of information that's on there, a bunch of facts about their marketplace, and they think that, look, put it in there, I'm done. Worse still, they will take the product, the service, the idea, and they'll go to their friends and their family and they will ask them, what do they think? That's a big mistake. Let me tell you this story. Years ago, I was on a radio station, and I'm laughing because, okay, let me compose myself. Right, years ago, I was on this radio station, and it wasn't a huge station. I was in East London and in England, and it was a local radio station, but in that community it was doing quite well. Well-known radio station. We dominated a load of the clubs in the area, loads of parties, brilliant time, brilliant memories. Anyway, I'm on this radio station, I'm doing this radio show, and people always are asking me to sponsor this and sponsor that, and every now and then somebody comes along with music. And a friend of mine, somebody I knew well, they came along and they had a record that they had produced. And I just want to, when I say record, I'm talking about record vinyl. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, real vinyl. And if you don't know what that is, you've got to ask somebody who's older than you. What did he just show me? This guy gives me a vinyl record, and I say to myself, oh my goodness, he's spent money. He's already pressed it. He's not even doing like a demo tape. And he asks me to play it on my radio show. So first thing I do, I go to the turntable, put it on, and I'm at home, by the way, and I play this record. Oh my goodness gracious. It was bad. I haven't got time to tell you how bad it was today. It was bad. I love this guy, but it was bad. And I'm listening to it, and I'm now thinking, on my feet. How am I going to get out of this? I can't play this on the radio. If I play this on the radio and my listeners hear it, I'm going to lose bookings, man. People listen to you on the radio back in the day and they would book you for parties and for gigs. I can't play this record. So I'm listening to it and he says to me, what do you think of it? And I thought, oh my goodness me. So I said, it needs some work. He said, what do you mean? I said, have you taken it round to any record shops? And he said, yeah. I said, what did they say? He said, most of them said no, but a couple of them took them on sale or return. That means if you don't sell them, you can come back and get them. Okay, fine. So I'm thinking, what should I do? What should I do? So this is what I do. Get one of these audio tape. For those of you who don't know what that is either, from an old version of the Matrix. So I taped some of the song on the audio tape, not from the beginning, because my plan is to pretend that I recorded it off the radio. Back in the day, we didn't have streaming, Spotify or anything like this. If you wanted to make a playlist, you get one of those audio cassettes and you would tape it off the radio and you'd beg the DJ, pray for the DJ to stop talking so that you can get some of the record. Anyhow, I take the audio with him and we go to a local record store. This was in North London, in Hackney, in East London, sorry. And there's a gentleman called Winston Fergus, lovely guy, and he owned this record shop called the Business Record Store. So I go in there and I give him the tape and I don't tell him that this is the guy who sang it. I just give it to him and I say, have you got this record? So when he puts it into the tape recorder, his eyes go like this and his eyebrows go up. And then he starts squinting and he's looking at me and he turns his head like and he says, Maverick, that was my DJ name. He said, you want this record? I said, yeah, I think it's good. I said, have you got it? So he looks at me and goes, nah, sir. So I said, I think it's good. You got it? He said, you want this music? And I said, yeah. And I said, don't you like it? And he said something like, he said, that no good. Well, he was kind of nice about it. The two guys who were in, they were in the record shop, customers, they were listening. They were killing themselves. They were making all kinds of comments. And because I was a little bit of a prankster on the radio, he said to me, you play it too much. You play it too much with this thing. I said, so you haven't got it? He goes, nah, sir. So we've left the record shop. And my friend, he was very upset with me at the time. Now, look, I saved him because I didn't tell him it was him. I just wanted him to see what people... this is somebody who owns a record shop. They're in the business of selling records. And then two potential customers are standing there, and it's not big market research, but it was big enough to get me off the hook, and I didn't have to play the tune. He was very upset with me, but I didn't mean to be mean-spirited. I just wanted him to know. And I guess what I'm trying to say here is you have to test your product or your service in the marketplace first. It's not about whether you think it's going to work. It's what the marketplace wants. So you got to let the marketplace tell you if your idea is valuable. You got to get out there and you've got to share it with them and see what they come back with. Look, if you're serious about turning your knowledge, your ideas and your skills into a real business, I know it can be daunting, the things that I'm here telling you to undertake, but you're not alone. That's why I've created my 20-point business ready checklist. It's a free download and it will tell you exactly where you are in business right now, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do next. The link is in the description box underneath. Download it, use it, and come back and let's get to work. Okay, let's just recap. Now you know that there is a potential that you already have a great idea inside of you, and it's worth pursuing if you will pursue it. I don't want you to wait for perfection. I want you to start testing it and start going out there and seeing what you can do with it now. And you can validate it by seeing if people are willing to pay for it. And then you can monetize it by starting with a small, simple offer. And if you get some good responses from what I've told you to do here, then you need to start on that business plan and use it for what it's meant to be. It's not just a dumping ground for facts about your business. It's a working document to help to steer you to business success. You don't need perfection. You don't have to wait. You just need to start. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what's one idea that you've been sitting on and you haven't taken any action on it yet? And tell me what you're going to do about it. Drop it down in the comments and let's talk about it. Let's make it happen. Remember, success is a choice. So choose to take action today. And while you're doing all of this, keep on being amazing, because you are. Feeling good? Want more results like this? Let's keep that momentum going with this video here. Also, click on my head here to subscribe.